Get this through your head, you. Get this through your head, you Jew motherfucker, you.
Hello. Welcome to the Israeli Network. Welcome to the live lineup, boys and girls. Where you get my show, you get Louder with Crowder, all these other great shows for free. If you want to watch it all ad-free, what do? You sign up for Rumble Premium. And don't forget to download the Rumble app. Today we'll be talking about, I don't know, we got a young girl trying to kind of pull a hashtag Me Too, but she got caught. And it's interesting what she does for a living. And we got the Michigan female politician. I don't know what she's up for. I don't give a shit. She can't answer the most simple question, and it's frightening where we are, once again. In sports, we got another spitting incident in the NFL, which I got no problem with. I got to be honest. I'll give you my take. What the hell? Oh, and a little interesting incident between a state trooper and two young black fellas, but it's not on a highway, so stay tuned for that. And, we that and a lot more. I haven't had to do a bunch of shit yesterday. When was the last time I was here? Last week? Before I went to Crowder. Yeah. Did you guys watch and listen to Crowder? That's some good shit, man. They did a whole thing where they ordered, this is why they're so good, they ordered all the stuff you can get on Snap, poor people. Stands for whatever. They ordered all the shit that we're paying for that poor people eat, and and we always hear they don't get any nutrition and blah, 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 blah. So they ordered everything you get on that thing. There was caviar, Chilean sea bass. What? Yes. They had it all laid out. It was hilarious. I was eating beluga caviar. Can you imagine? Can you frickin' imagine? How long has the left been fucking the... Every time we reveal shit like this, I'm like, Jesus, were the Republicans asleep the last 60 years?
They just found that 186,000 dead people are on Snap.
That's right. And that doesn't bother the left. So how do you look at that? You're a voter, you're a taxpayer. How do you look at that and go, I'm still voting Democrat? Just fucking answer me that. I know you guys can't because you're not Democrats out there, hopefully. It was the funniest fucking shit. Caviar, steak like this. I'm like, where's the Cheetos and cherry Coke? There's a ton of junk food, which I don't understand. I know there's more white people probably on Snap, but that's because we're a bigger population in this country. But I'm just saying, when white people eat Cheetos and cherry Coke, they get fat. Black guys get ripped and get drafted in the first round by the fucking Cowboys. You know what I mean? But that was such an eye-opener, and that's why we had a blast. Oh, we also... I'll give you a heads up on this. They did a thing where I play a department store Santa Claus.
Oh, yes.
With the cigarette and the whole fucking bad attitude. You guys are going to shit. It's my best ad libs ever. I had Crowder fucking on the floor. He's on the side watching, and they come and sit in my lap. And you guys, I'm telling you, they just let me go. They give me the framework for the scene, and I just go. If they didn't get at least 10 clips out of that, I'd be very surprised. At one point, I'm playing Santa. Dallas, you couldn't fucking make this up. So the wall is right behind me. It's got decorations and shit on it, garland and bells, and all of a sudden that shit falls on me while I'm talking. Not on purpose. It came unglued. Yeah. It landed on me, and I just kept talking, shit hanging on my face. Yeah. And then I said something like, this is what happens when you work at a black mall. Just to give you an idea of my fucking ad-lib ability. I must have had 10 of those. Those guys are great. Josh Firestein, I'm not sure, and Johnny, and the guys that write this shit. They come up with these. They know how to, they do a great job. And keep your eyes open for that, because they'll release those, I think, every once in a while, like they did the last time I did a sketch when I was the spokesman for Trump. They kind of released those. So keep an eye out for that. I'm reading Louis C.K.'s novel, And I'll stress first novel because I know this guy's got 100 in him. That's nobody knows that fucking mind better than me. Maybe a couple of girls when he was drunk. But it's called Ingram. I suggest you go get it. And I'm not just saying it because it's Louis, my friend. I read, 12 chapters yesterday. I fucking, it's about a young boy who's lives in his dirt poor. The father's a mean drunk who just leaves the family, and the mother tells Ingram, the little kid, get out of here because you'll die here. This place is death. And he's out on the road, uneducated, doesn't know how to read, and just, it's like a 3-year-old confronting the world for the first time. And I'm reading this going, how is this any different than the classics that we've been reading? I mean, it's that good. It's that fucking good. Now, I know what you're thinking out there. What, is that the only time you pick up a book? Is when your best friend writes one? First of all, he's not my best friend. He's a good friend. I'm telling you, get it. I was getting a haircut in the Dallas area, and there was a Barnes & Noble. I didn't know they still existed right across the street. So I walked in, and I asked for Louis' book, and the lady said, let's see if we can find. And this bothered me. She goes to the first shelf. It is, 40 feet high by 40 feet wide. It must be 4,000 books. His is tucked down in the corner in the left hand. And I'm like, that's not an accident. I even said to the guy, I go, what the fuck's it doing down here? She starts laughing. She goes, I don't put them. Anyways, it's called Ingram. It's worth the read. What the hell else before we left? The Patriots. Arguably the best team in the league right now. Announcers are saying it. That's not just me talking. They fucking ripped off 9 in a row or 8 in a row or whatever. They're 9-2. They're in first place. And guess what? You know who else is in first place? The Boston Bruins. Nobody, including me. You heard me a couple of weeks ago. They lost 6 in a row. I go, this is going to be the longest year ever. They rip off 7 or 8 in a row, including going up to Montreal. They were tied for first with Montreal. And the game starts just the way a Bruins-Canadiens games used to start when I was a kid. Sort of went away for a few years. The ref dropped the puck, and 2 guys just threw their gloves off, like they had a beef in the cab on the way over, and just start pounding the shit at each other at center right. I still get hard when I watch that shit. Hockey fights are just... And I'm texting my brother about that fight, right? Not even 3 minutes later, another one breaks out. This first 5 minutes of the game. I'm telling you, folks. And you know what they do? Here's the difference. Sidorov, 6'5", 255. Defenseman, Russian. Bro, he's my favorite player right now. Led the league in penalty minute. But he's a good hockey player, too. But he beat him and their tough guy, beat the fuck out of each other. And then they pat each other on the back as they're skating away. Do you understand the world would be a much better place if there's no better way to get respect than even when you lose a fight or whatever? I mean, and then the hockey was tremendous. It was a fucking tremendous. Anyways, you guys don't give a fuck. You're probably betting on Tulane field hockey. What? What are you saying? I guess that's about it. College football, very interesting. Especially me and Dallas were just talking about the Texas A&M, who was undefeated, playing a mediocre South Carolina team. And it's 30-3 at halftime. South Carolina, unranked. Well, they might have been ranked. I don't know. They're not ranked. No, they kind of stink. They're beating the best team in the country 30-3. And they lost the game. That's all I'm going to say. Whew. And then it was a great one, Oklahoma, Alabama. Just the matchup. Yeah. That's one like back in the day. Oklahoma was in a Big 12. You didn't see them playing SEC. It's so good now, folks. I can't stress it enough. I know I'm like a broken record, but it's college football. Sitting next to a guy next to me, and that's the other thing. I love being down here, down south, where that's all they think is college football. And I start talking to a guy next to me. He's probably like 5 years younger than me. And somehow I brought up the 70s Raiders and the team that, and he goes, I had all the posters. He starts naming off the lineup. I go, what was that about that team that you and I were like teenagers? Then why were we drawn to those dirty bastards? And he goes, that's why. And he was I thought only Italians from the Northeast thought like that. No, Jack Tatum, George Atkinson. Naming all the fucking hitmen. It's one of my favorite things about living down here, watching college football. And I was at Boomies, and it was fucking packed. And like I said, you hear girls going, "What the fuck? That was not interference." What? What are you talking about? Anyways, that's all I got. I did other shit, but it's boring. All right, let's get to it. Ding dong, come in. What? An upstate New York DoorDash delivery driver has been busted. And let me just remind you guys again, I told you I'm backing off on, I'm not going to do 4 Trump Democrats, and you guys agreed. I read all the feedback. You're like, just do whatever the fuck you want. So thank you. I'm still going to include one big one. We have to. I mean, anyways, the DoorDash delivery driver has been busted on felony charges after filming a half-naked customer passed out drunk on his couch, which she later claimed was a form of sexual assault. Thank you, feminists, once again.
Raping me! This is rape!
I'm taking a nap!
This is rape!
Oh, you spilled my Coke. When I heard it, anyways, Olivia Henderson, 23, kind of a better version of Chelsea Clinton, from Oswego, amassed millions of views last month after posting several videos on her TikTok account at whatever, monster high dog twat fucking pig dot whoopee, including one showing a man with his pants and underwear around his, I couldn't find that they took it off. I like to see naked men. It's a lot of fun out there. Yummy, yummy. Who's with me?
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Yeah, well, you fucking...
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Is that what you mean? That one came... That one came to me, and this one, too.
Hot dogs! Get your hot dogs here!
Fun with audio. Anyways, the guy was laying on his couch, passed out with his pants and underwear down to his ankle. The dasher was arrested last week and faces up to 8 years in prison. That's the girl, by the way. If convicted of 2 felonies. She had been the one to contact cops claiming she had been deliberately lured by the man, even though he appeared to be passed out in his own home. Now, when I first read the first couple paragraphs, I said, the guy's being a dirty pig. The comedian used to do a bit about, he said, who the fuck was it? Doesn't matter. I was in the hotel laying in my bed naked, and then he goes, and then the maid comes in, finally. Which I'm telling you, I know comedians, I know damn well, I've known comedians who order room service and they'll open the door naked and fucking, hi. Anyways, so when I read this, I'm like, that's his fault. This is a guy probably ordered from this girl before or whatever and thought she was cute and ordered again. You know, they'll send dick pics unprovoked. You don't think they're going to pull this shit? So right away, I'm sort of on her side until I started to read. My customer requested that my order be left at their front door. And when I arrived at their house, their front door was wide open. And they were within eyesight of the front door, laying on the couch, indecently exposed to me, she claimed in one TikTok video about the incident on October 12th. I don't believe her. However, Ring camera footage, and here's where I changed allegiances. Camera footage appears to show Henderson let herself into the man's house. And police have said there's no indication she was encouraged to go in, let alone film. Her own video indicates that the male was incapacitated and unconscious on his couch due to alcohol consumption, the police said. The DoorDash driver subsequently posted the video to social media. Do you understand, you young fuckers, how much you fuck up your lives by posting shit like, it's just hilarious, where it drew significant attention, cops said, confirming that DoorDash driver had made claims of being sexually assaulted. Just think about how she got like that mentally. That could only happen in a country where victimhood rules. Everybody wants to be a victim. Everybody wants to be a fucking, except white, hardworking, tax-paying males. You heard me. What about it? No. Even conservative women have pulled the #2 shit. Henderson now faces 2 felony charges, 1 count of unlawful surveillance in the 2nd degree, and 1 count of dissemination of an unlawful surveillance image in the 1st degree. If found guilty, she faces up to 8 years in prison and 2 dicks. because there are men in women's prisons. Thank you very much. They call themselves Tammy and Eileen. So isn't that funny? She thought she was, look what I'm doing. I'm going to prove that. How did she get to that mindset? How did she get to that mindset? Let's say the door was open, a guy was laying there naked. Think about that. To her, that's sexual assault. Just think about it. Just like silence is violence and all the other shit the left has come up. Feminists has done, and I've been saying it, me and Colin used to argue. He'd say it was race. I said, no. It's more about, and it's both, obviously. But like I said before, the feminists have grabbed onto the coattails of the civil rights movement and used the same playbook and fucking done more damage. And I watch TV and I just sit there shaking my head. I can't believe how many commercials have a woman doing kickboxing. There's so much female anger, and it's been going on forever. My mistake was picking up on it in the 80s. I was so far ahead of the curve, I'm rendered to a podcast now. You get it? Pointing this shit out years ago, and friends going, you're nuts. I remember even Artie Lang going to me, you got these crazy theories. You're right. White men are, and it's worse than ever. White men, it's worse than fucking ever. And here's what you look out for. There's the dorky white guy in the commercial, whether he can't order at the drive-thru. There's another one where the kid lets the bowl out of the thing, the Texas Longhorn bowl. The commercial's 30 seconds long, but they have to let you know that the white guy's a fucking moron. You have to ask yourself where that comes from. And it's not isolated. That's why I keep bringing it up. It's every friggin' commercial. And here's the key thing to look at. While the white guy's fucking up, whether it's in the office, in the kitchen, there's always a woman and a minority looking at him. Usually a white woman and a black guy staring at him. You think that's by fucking accident? I want to do it. I guess maybe I'll have to write about it instead of doing a show with. I guess I'll write about it. But I can't keep up, and it's worse than ever. It's just fucking hilarious, and that's how she got to where the feminist movement. They have a couple generations of girls so fucking confused. And I like tattoos. Here's the other thing. What's with the fat broads? What? I think I met a broad. Dallas went, ugh. Must have touched one. Back in the day when women were kind of ugly or whatever, or heavy or whatever, they didn't draw attention to themselves. Every girl I see who's 300 pounds and the last thing she should be doing is making a public spectacle, covered in tattoos, fucking nose rings, shaved heads. Look at me. It's like they're bitter. They realized in 7th grade they weren't going to get fucked by guys, and so they leaned into hating them. There's another theory for you. Yeah, I'll be dead when you guys realize it's right, but what are you saying, Nick? I'm saying they should stay home in the bedroom on a Friday night. Quit ruining Applebee's for me. Do you know what I'm saying, Dallas? You can tell they leaned into their bitterness. Absolutely. Not only am I ugly and fat, I hate you too. Purple hair and a fucking nose ring. You might as well have the C word fucking branded into your forehead. Sorry. Nick, come on. What do you mean, come on? I've been around. I'm a world traveler. I've been in Milwaukee, Cleveland, all the nice cities in the world. That's it, folks. If you want to watch the whole show live and free, go to Rumble and sign up for free. And while you're at it, go to nickdip.com for tour dates and merch. We'll see you guys next time.
Hi. Good night, everybody.